Hey, how's it going, everybody? I just wanted to. I haven't uploaded on this channel in years, and I just need a place to talk. I don't have many friends that watch shows and play games like I do, so I figured, you know what? Let's just uh, let's just upload videos. Just talk about what happens. I'm not a guy who reads the books. Uh, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. Huge. Star Wars fan. My daughter's named Leia, and I'm not liking the Acolyte. Like, I'm not someone who hates on things. I just enjoy things just to enjoy them. But I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and just make a video, talk about it in the comments if you want, subscribe if you want. If not, it's cool. But I'm not gonna break it down scene for scene or anything. I'm just gonna talk about what I liked and what I didn't. I really liked this episode. I thought it was amazing. I thought you see like the sadness in Rhaenyra and then the rage, and I have a feeling we'll see that from the other from the Greens next week. But it was great. I thought it was cool seeing the wall again, hearing that the dragons refused to fly over the wall before, explaining that there is a fear that is more important than the dragons in the war, that if this wall falls, death is coming. And that was just a really cool little scene there. And then you see Damon and Rainey. I like Rainey a lot. Damon, is pulling his weight, saying, "Come fly with. I demand you to fly with me as king." And it was kind of corny, but then throws in her face that this whole thing could have been avoided if she would have just acted when she had a chance, and that is true. But she explains that, hey, Damon's mad that the queen ran off, and no one knows how long she's going to be, but she needs to find her son and get closure. And that was pretty deep, pretty hit home pretty well with me. I liked it. I thought that was really good. And then you see, I forget what happens next in order, but it goes to the Greens, and you see Aegon. I hated his character in the first season, I'll be honest. And this first episode grew on me. I kind of liked him. I hate to say that, but I just thought when he got the crown at the inauguration, or whatever they call it, you could see he changed. He didn't want it. He didn't want it. They put the crown on his head. People were cheering, and he was like, "Okay, this is kind of cool." And he was looking for his son to go to the council meeting with him. And when he talks to his wife/sister, she says she kind of doesn't want to tell him where he is. And when she does, she's kind of prophetic. She has, I don't know if it's visions, dreams. I guess it's dreams. Targaryens who dream are cursed, it would seem. But she says, "I'm scared not of the dragons, but of the rats." And everybody's like, "This lady is crazy, dude." And just foreshadows what happens at the end. And so he takes the son to the meeting, and it was kind of exactly how if you take, a young child anywhere specific would go. The son's playing around, and he's kind of bothering the one guy, and yeah, it was really neat to see to see Aegon take his heir seriously, if you can call that serious. But it was just cool. You see the human side of him. But then you go to Rhaenyra flying around. She finds the dragon wing and what looks like her son's cloak, and that was intense, man. Washed up on a beach. Some, I guess, fishermen had pulled it up in a net, and that was pretty gnarly. I thought, yeah, that was deep. So she flies back, and they do the funeral, and there's some parallels between the Rat Blacks and the Greens. Burning his stuff while she's lighting a candle, and oh, and I forgot, when her older son gets there, he starts reporting what the good news, and he's just breaking down, tearing and crying as he's going through it, and she just gives him a hug, and that I almost cried. I cry a lot. It's kind of lame, but that made me, man, that was deep. That was a great scene. And then they have the funeral, and then she walks into the war room and says, I want Aemon Targaryen. I want Aemon Targaryen. And Lee's like the most rage-filled look on her face. It was intense. I like this episode. There wasn't much dialogue from her or from Daemon, but they're setting up a lot, coming off of what happened last season, going into this one. So Daemon sneaks around and goes and finds the old gold cloaks that he founded, and finds out, guess what? They're more loyal to him than they are the Hightowers. And they hate the Hightowers, he says, after the Hightowers. Gives them some gold, brings them in, finds the rat. What is it, the rat keeper? The guy who kills the rats. And says, hey, I'll pay you this. Go kill Aemon. Bring me Aemon Targaryen's head. And it takes a little poking and prodding, but they do. But they also say, what happens if we don't find Aemon? And I think he says a son for a son. I think that's what he says. I don't know specifically, but that's what ended up turning out. They sneak through. They get into a fight, whatever. The dude kicks the dog. They have a dog with them. And when they finally find Aemon's wife, she's there with the twins. And they hold a knife to her, say which one's the boy, and she points to the boy. I'm assuming she points to the boy because I don't think they've checked yet. And one calls her a liar, the other says no, she's telling the truth, so they believe her. And in the most gnarly sounding scene, they take the boy's head. You don't see anything really, you just hear it. And it was gross, but it was intense. It was good. And yeah, that's how it ends. That I loved it. I felt like there was a lot in this episode. You're seeing the reaction from Rhaenyra. She finds her son, and just rage and war is coming because of how mad she is. When in the beginning, the women were trying to avoid the conflict, and it was Daemon and the Hightowers and Aegon trying to fight. Now it's flipping. With the loss of the children, the mothers will go wild. I mean, even Aegon, the loss of his child, he's gonna lose it. He was already a loose cannon who wanted to go to war and burn down the blockade and everything immediately. So, I'm excited. But yeah, I thought it was a great episode. I didn't read the books. I know a lot of people were talking about stuff, but I much rather watch the shows and movies than read the books afterwards, because I've done the opposite. And then you're just watching the show saying, oh, how did they do this scene? How did they do that scene? Instead of being surprised and just seeing it unfold. And then you can read the books after the fact. There's more detail. It goes more in depth on what you've already seen, or what you have seen. So, yeah. But I mean, subscribe. I'm just gonna talk. I'm just looking for. Let's just talk about it. I enjoy theorizing and just banter, and genuinely I enjoy most things I watch. So if you're looking for a positive channel, I'm here. Sorry for the low video quality. My kids are asleep in the next room. Since the last video, I've had, I think it's been like 5 years. I have a 3-year-old son, and my daughter's 8 now. So, yeah. Leave some comments. Oh man, there's so much to talk about as far as what can happen next. What is Daemon's reaction to them killing the boy? Because I can't remember specifically what he said, if they can't find the brother of the king. can't remember. His name just slipped my head. It's like 1 a.m. But I wonder what his reaction is. And you know Rhaenyra is going to be mad. And you know Aegon's going to lose his crap. Oh, and then as they're sneaking through the castle trying to find the brother to kill, it's a kind of neat scene. Aegon's sitting on the Iron Throne, drunk, with like 4 of his buddies, and they're like trying to figure out what his nickname should be. And it was pretty funny. I laughed and thought it was pretty funny. But the irony is, the people on the way to kill the son that he's just like been so excited to raise as an heir to the throne is about to be killed. They walk right by him as they on their way to do it. And there was another scene where they're doing the like a town hall where people petition to, hey king, you know, taxes are too high, or hey king, we need more water. And he was basically just siding with the people. He's like, yeah, we took 10% of your sheep, we'll give it back. And they're like, you can't do that, we need the sheep in case we go to war, they gotta feed the dragons. Oh, sorry dude, can't do that. And then there was another he just kept siding with people, and they kept like not Otto Hightower was like, we can't do that, we can't do that, can't do that. And it was just kind of neat to see the dynamics of someone who's just pulling the trigger on anything he wants and not understanding the consequences. But yeah, man, like, comment, don't, just be cool. I'm here. I'm probably gonna make more videos about random stuff. I like anime, I like sports, I like Star Wars. I like a lot of things. So whatever, man. Just or not. It's cool. Have a good one. See you later.